Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and checking your bank account. At first, you think there's been a mistake. Then you rub your eyes and look again. Your balance says £1 million, not a loan, not a scam, not a lottery win, a genuine deposit. Then you check social media. Everyone is talking about it. Your friends have received it. Your neighbors have received it. Your boss has received it. Every single person on earth has just been given the equivalent of £1 million. For a moment, it sounds like the greatest day in human history. No more money worries, no more struggling to pay bills, no more living payday to payday. People start celebrating. But what if giving everyone £1 million didn't make the world richer? What if it actually created one of the biggest economic disasters humanity has ever seen? Let's find out. The first 24 hours would be absolute chaos. Millions of people would immediately start spending. Why wait? You've got £1 million sitting in your account. People would rush to buy houses, new cars, luxury holidays, designer clothes, the latest gadgets, anything they've ever dreamed of owning. Car dealerships would be packed. Estate agents would be overwhelmed. Online retailers would struggle to keep up with orders. But then something interesting would happen. Businesses would quickly realize that everyone suddenly has far more money. And when demand explodes, prices usually follow. Imagine there are only 10 houses available in your area. Yesterday, they were worth £300,000. Today, hundreds of newly minted millionaires want them. What happens? The price goes up. Maybe £500,000, maybe £800,000, maybe even more. The same thing would happen with cars, holidays, electronics, furniture, and eventually even basic necessities. Within days, prices across the economy could begin rising at an alarming rate. Meanwhile, another problem appears. Work. If you've just received £1 million, are you still showing up for your shift tomorrow? Some people would, many wouldn't. Suddenly, businesses start struggling to find staff. Restaurants can't open properly. Delivery companies are short on drivers. Shops can't stock shelves. Hospitals face staffing shortages. The economy starts slowing down at the exact moment demand is exploding. And that's when things could get really serious. Because having more money doesn't automatically create more houses, more food, more cars, or more workers. And that's a problem. Before we continue, if £1 million appeared in your bank account tomorrow morning, what's the very first thing you'd buy? A house, a dream holiday, a new car, or would you save it? Let me know in the comments. And while you're down there, tell me whether you think giving everyone £1 million would make the world better, or make everything more expensive. Now let's see what happens next. As weeks turn into months, the excitement begins to fade because people start noticing something strange. Everything costs more, much more. A loaf of bread that once cost £1 might now cost £5. A family home that cost £300,000 might now cost £1.5 million. The problem is simple. Money itself isn't wealth. Think about it. If everyone suddenly has £1 million, nobody is special anymore. The number in your bank account has increased, but the number of houses hasn't. The number of cars hasn't. The amount of food hasn't. There are still only so many goods and services available. Economists call this inflation. Too much money chasing too few things. In extreme cases, prices can spiral out of control. History has shown examples where people needed wheelbarrows full of cash just to buy everyday items. And while our scenario is fictional, the same principle applies. Eventually, being a millionaire might not feel very special at all. In fact, many people could end up no better off than before. Might even be worse off. The biggest winners could actually be people who own valuable assets like businesses, farmland, factories, and property. Because while money loses value, real assets often don't. The world would eventually adapt. Governments would intervene. Central banks would try to stabilize the economy. New financial systems would emerge. But one thing is certain. Giving everyone £1 million wouldn't magically eliminate poverty. Because wealth isn't just about how much money exists. It's about what that money can actually buy. So, would giving everyone £1 million make the world richer? At first, it would certainly feel like it. People would celebrate. Dreams would come true. Luxury purchases would explode. But over time, the economy would push back. Prices would rise. Inflation would spread. And that £1 million might not be worth nearly as much as people expected. Because the truth is, money only has value when the things it buys remain scarce. And that's what makes this scenario so fascinating. But here's an even bigger question. What if money disappeared completely? No cash, no bank accounts, no credit cards, nothing. How would society survive? If you'd like to explore that scenario, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. And until next time, keep asking, what if?